Hi, in this video, we'll be going over some steps you can take to make sure you're getting the most out of your cable internet plan. Now that cable internet speeds are quickly rising, they may exceed the capacities of older technologies that may be in use in your home or business. We'll take a look at some of them and discuss what you can do to fix the problem. Before we start, you should get a copy of your cable bill or call your cable company to make sure you know what speed you should be getting. The first thing to check is the strength of the signal between your cable provider and your modem. Most modems have a status page that shows the current signal information. A quick way to see if your signal is within the acceptable range is to visit your modem's status page. To do this, open a web browser and type in 192.168.100.1 and press enter. Locate the downstream section and look at the power level of each channel. Ideally, the best signal is achieved with a power level of 0. The further this level deviates either above or below 0, the signal strength is not as good. A range of between plus or minus 5 is excellent, plus or minus 10 is good, and plus or minus 15 is the outer range of an acceptable signal. If your signal is near or above 15 and you're experiencing internet speed or quality issues, you should take steps to correct it. Your cable company may be able to help. They'll be able to tell if the signal strength issue is coming from something inside your house, like too many splitters or bad cabling. If that's the case, try to reduce the number of cable splitters between your modem and the main feed from your cable company at the side of your building. Ideally, the main feed will split twice when it enters your building, one that goes directly to the modem and the other that will go to another splitter that feeds your TVs. Each time a splitter is put into the line, the signal strength decreases by several dB. Removing splitters may be all that's needed to move a signal from unacceptable to good. Once the physical connection from the modem to the cable company has been checked, we can look at the modem itself. Cable modems are compliant with various DOCSIS versions. That stands for Data over Cable Service Interface Specification, but that's not important right now. The bit to look at is the number following DOCSIS. You might see DOCSIS 2.0, DOCSIS 3.0, or DOCSIS 3.1 associated with your cable modem and your cable plan. Faster internet plans require a newer DOCSIS version and more channels. Your cable company can tell you the minimum or recommended DOCSIS version and number of channels required to reach the speed that you're paying for. An easy way to tell which DOCSIS version your modem supports, as well as its maximum number of supported channels, is to put its model number into Google. This modem is DOCSIS 3.0 compliant and has 8 downstream channels and 4 upstream channels. Again, your cable company will be able to tell you which values to look for in a cable modem for your plan. Once you've verified your cable modem is compatible with your speed plan, you should assess the internal network equipment in your home or business. The first place to start is the router. The router should be plugged into your modem's Ethernet port. The network interface cards connecting the modem and the router must be able to communicate at a high enough speed to allow you to reach your plan's maximum speed. Older modems and routers only communicate at 10 or 100 megabits per second, and many internet plans today are faster than that. If your internet plan is 100 megabits per second or greater, you won't be able to reach it using a modem or router with a 100 megabit per second network port. You'll need a gigabit port to allow for that speed to pass through. If you put your modem's model number into Google, you can see its network card speed. The same applies to your router. This modem has a gigabit Ethernet port. And this router has a 10100 Ethernet port. In this example, the modem has a gigabit port, but the router only has a 10100 port. This combination of equipment won't allow the user to take full advantage of a 100 megabit per second or faster internet connection. It'll still work, but only at the maximum speed of around 80 megabits per second, since the connection speed of an interface doesn't take into account overhead. This combination of equipment should work fine for 25 or 50 megabit per second plans or anything in between. Once you've verified that your modem and router can communicate at a fast enough speed, it's time to check your computer's connection to the router. There are two workflows we'll follow depending on whether your computer connects with a wired or wireless connection. If your computer connects using a wired connection, your computer needs to meet the same requirements for its network card as your modem and router. If your internet plan is 100 megabits per second or faster, you'll need a gigabit network card in your computer to be able to reach the maximum speed of your internet plan. You can quickly check your computer's connection speed to the router using Network and Sharing Center in the control panel. And you can see this computer is connected to the router at 1 gigabit. On a Mac, you can find the same information using System Preferences. If your computer connects using a wireless connection, both your router and computer need to support wireless standards that are fast enough to carry your full internet speed. If your router supports only older technologies, like wireless A, B, or G, you won't be able to reach the maximum speed of most modern internet plans. You might need to upgrade your wireless router to a model that supports wireless N or AC. The latest standard at the time of this video is wireless AC, so if you're buying a new wireless router, it would be best to go with a wireless AC model. Your computer also needs a wireless card that supports the appropriate wireless standard to sustain your internet speed. If your router has support for wireless AC, but your computer only supports wireless G, your computer will still communicate with the router, but at wireless G speeds, which won't go over about 50 megabits per second. If your computer has an old wireless card and you don't want to buy a new computer, you can buy a USB wireless card that supports a newer wireless standard. We hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions and would like to open a paid support case, our contact information is in the video description. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.